Today, I'm going to talk about myths and lies of the weight loss industry. And the reason I'm going to talk about them is to help you get past the myths so that you can get successful and permanent weight loss. There are so many myths and lies out there, so many crash and fad diets that are being told to people to use, which don't bring you to permanent results. And so I want to help you distinguish now what makes sense, what works, and what are just the myths and the lies that keep people in the yo-yo diet cycle. If you've been trying to lose weight, you know what I'm talking about. There are so many programs out there that give people, at best, temporary results. That yo-yo diet cycle keeps people in like a hamster wheel. You may try and get some results, and you end up right where you started at, or sometimes at even higher weight. So today, I'm going to get past all the noise for you and tell you what to look for when you're looking for a weight loss program that will give you permanent weight loss. I want to stop first and say hello to the people who are joining in. I always like to say hello to somebody I see early on. So I am going to say hello to Julie McKinney, and I hope you are doing well. And I can't wait to share this information with you, Julie, and to share this with everybody, and to congratulate people for showing up, because you are the people who come here who are ready to get the information, to get results. You are serious, you are committed, you are ready. And so I am ready to give you the information, to give you the exit ramp, to get out of that yo-yo diet cycle for good, to get this done so that you can move on with your life and enjoy looking at yourself in the mirror, enjoy shopping for clothing because you know all those great styles will fit you, enjoy taking photos with people and going out for social events. I know so many people avoid taking photos when they feel heavy. Avoid social events, avoid going out to eat with people. Let's get you past all of those obstacles. So I want to talk about some of those myths and lies that are out there. And again, we know that weight loss industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And one of the ways that they gain all that money is people sometimes come back again and again for various programs. When people come to me first and they want to do a program, they'll tell me sometimes they've tried 3, 4, or 5 different programs. They've sometimes tried one program again and again. There's so much out there that is not working. So the first myth that I want to go over with you is that the weight loss industry, which is really the creator of the yo-yo diet cycle, they would like you to believe that if you fail these crash diets out there that they put out there, the extreme diets, the boot camp programs, and all these extreme, rigid, fad programs, they would like you to believe that if you fail them, that it's your fault. And I want you to know from the beginning, it is not your fault. These extreme programs are not geared towards being sustainable. Many of them tell you should starve and eat such a low number of calories to lose weight. Again, it's not sustainable. You can't live and be hungry forever. The extreme boot camp over-exercise programs where they want you to spend hours at the gym. We are busy people. Who has time for that? And if you make some time in the beginning, eventually you may get tired of it. What happens when you get tired of doing all that extreme exercise? The calories come back on. Even if you starve for a while, what happens if you finally decide, and when you finally decide, I'm hungry, I can't live like this, starved and deprived? The calories, the pounds go back on. It is not your fault. I invite people, think logically. It's not your fault that you get hungry and you need to eat. That is part of who we are as humans. We have a sense of hunger. We can't deprive ourselves forever. So be choosy in picking programs and make sure they're sustainable. Anything that tells you to starve and deprive yourself, that you can't eat your favorite foods or foods you like, anything that urges you to over-exercise in a way that you are not comfortable with forever, anything that tells you to count calories obsessively of every food you put in your mouth, which is most of the calorie programs, these are not sustainable. We cannot live like that forever. So be kind to yourself. Remember, it is not your fault. These are not sustainable. Second myth is that most diet programs lead you to believe that diet in weight loss culture is a temporary program that you go on to lose the weight. So you might do a watcher's program to watch what you eat for a while, or a boot camp exercise temporarily to lose weight, or any of a number of programs. And again, if you're going on a program that's a temporary diet, that's a temporary exercise program, that's a temporary calorie counting program, again, once you finish the program and go back to life, to the way you've been eating previously, you've made no change, no long-term difference, you're going to gain the weight again. And that is the recipe for the yo-yo diet cycle. So the scientific research shows that over 90% of people who lose weight with these classic, typical, traditional programs regain the weight within a short period of time, often within a year. This is not something that we want to do. It's not even safe for the body to do it. So again, I urge you to look at the myths and the lies and be careful with anything that sounds like it's a temporary system or a temporary process. The third myth and lie that you've been fed, that you've been given by the weight loss industry. They want you to believe that diet and exercise are the only parts of the program to lose weight, that that's all you need to lose weight, that you can starve your body and jump up and down, and that's going to bring you to permanent weight loss. Now, we all know that's not true because there are so many programs out there, and because we still have the yo-yo diet cycle. But what we really need to think about is, think about those skinny people out there who can eat anything they want, and they don't gain weight. They don't live on diets and restrict the food they eat to these fad diets, and they still don't gain weight. They don't go to these boot camp exercise programs, and they still don't gain weight. What do they have? They have a fast metabolism, and their default mode is fat burning. So when they eat food, they eat calories, their system, their body doesn't store the food as fat. Their body burns the calories. That's why they don't gain weight. So what you really need to do is not starve yourself, is not exercise for hours. You need to jumpstart, to fire up your metabolism so that your body can simulate and act like these skinny people, and that you can finally lose weight like these skinny people have been doing. It's just that your body hasn't been trained yet to have a fast, vibrant, active metabolism. Your body, if you hold weight, if you feel stuck in your weight, your body is in fat storing mode. So there are two modes of how our bodies deal with fat. Either default, automatically storing fat, or burning fat. Those skinny people burn the fat. And those who hold on to weight automatically store the fat, and then you have to take the fat off. So what we really want you to do is transition, and that's what a real weight loss program that provides permanent results will do. It will jumpstart your metabolism. It will shift you from fat storing to fat burning mode so that you're burning calories like crazy and you don't have to do these fad crazy diets that don't give you permanent results anyway. I'm going to talk about 12 factors that control metabolism and that can help you jumpstart that metabolism. I'll talk about that in a little while. I just want to go over the bunch of myths and lies first, but I will give you some more information on that. The next myth and lie that I want to tell you about is that the weight loss industry wants you to believe, all of these programs want you to believe that the one-size-fits-all programs will cure everyone in the world of holding weight. Whether you are a 90-year-old woman or a 20-year-old man or a 35-year-old post-pregnancy woman or a 70-year-old woman who's just finished menopause, or whether you have sugar cravings, or whether you binge eat, or whether, again, think of all the things that people have that can have them holding weight. And the weight loss industry wants you to think that everybody, all of these people, lose weight the same way. And that is just not true. And that is why these one-size-fits-all programs, which are easy to teach, they're easy to write a program and explain this is what everybody does, but they lead people into the weight loss roller coaster because, again, you may get partial results, but they don't last. Everybody who holds weight has a unique profile of obstacles that are holding them. Sometimes they have sugar cravings. Sometimes and often they have a slow metabolism. Sometimes they have hormonal problems that are involved. Sometimes there are thyroid problems involved. Sometimes there are environmental problems around with people around them who eat food. There are so many different types of issues. Sometimes they have a lot of stress, and when you're in a stressful life environment, your stress hormones are high, and that keeps you in weight storing mode. There are so many different variations, and people gain weight and lose weight for different reasons. And so when the weight loss industry wants to give you a weight loss program where everybody follows the same rule, use logic and remember, this is not the way out. This is not the ramp out for you. Everybody is not getting out, or this program would be very famous and everybody would be flocking to it. There's no one of these classic traditional programs out there that everybody flocks to, because not everybody loses weight in the same way. And so these one-size-fits-all programs do not cure everybody and usually do very little for most people. So what should you look for? I'm going to give you 5 S's to look for. 1 is use logic when you're reviewing programs, and I will tell you about a program that I have that you might be interested in. But programs must be sustainable. There's nothing extreme or fad or rigid or crazy that works long term and gives permanent results. It's got to make sense. Second S, it has to solve your set of obstacles. So whatever your roadblocks are, whether you have a slow metabolism, sugar cravings, whether you have stress eating or comfort eating or emotional eating, whether you have some hormonal problems or stress in your life, whatever it is, whatever your set of obstacles, we need to remove them so that you can have a clear pathway to lose your weight. When your obstacles are in the way, you can starve yourself, you can boot camp, and if you are having a slow metabolism, and if your default is fat storing, you are not going to lose weight and get to permanent weight loss. You need to remove those obstacles so that you have a clear pathway, so that you are in default fat burning mode, and that you have a fast metabolism. Next S is simple. A program needs to be simple so that you can understand and stay on it. It needs to be easy to do. None of these complicated extreme plans, none of these restrictive programs where you can only eat a narrow category of food. Most people tell me that these paleo and keto and all high fat or low fat or high carb, low carb, all of these extreme programs do not bring them to permanent weight loss. Again, because people give up. You can't restrict forever. Most people give up, and when you give up and you go back to your old way of eating, it adds those calories back and you're back in your yo-yo weight gain phase. Next S is singular. The program needs to be able to be personalized and customized to focus on what your needs are and what your obstacles are. You don't need a crazy diet. You need a simple, easy diet that focuses on your obstacle and removes them and speeds up your metabolism. So simply you'll be losing weight. And that is the last S that you should look for in a weight loss program. Something that speeds up your metabolism. Starving yourself, depriving yourself, doesn't speed up your metabolism. In fact, it slows the metabolism, because when you have a lack of calories coming in, the metabolism isn't energized to work hard. It's like if you start a car and your battery power is low, it may not start the battery up. There's not enough oomph there to get it moving, to get the battery started. Same thing, if you don't have many calories coming in, if there's a lack of calories, there's nothing to jumpstart your calorie burning system, and therefore you stay in fat storing mode. We want you to move to fast metabolism, to fat burning mode. So my metabolic action plan that I work with and that I share with my clients, and if you take the first letter of each of those words, metabolic, M, action, A, plan, P, MAP, is your map to successful and permanent weight loss. It will jumpstart your metabolism, fire up your metabolism, so you have a fast, speedy, rapid, vibrant metabolism instead of the slow one that you're used to. And that your calorie burning, your fat burning system, instead of being on default in fat storing mode, gets moved to fat burning. And once your body learns to do that, then you get permanent weight loss, because your body knows how to deal with calories that come in. It makes sense, doesn't it? No need for any crazy starving plan, deprive yourself plan, exercise till you're exhausted plan, count calories of every food you put in your mouth. Again, for any of those, if you are in the default fat storing mode, and if your metabolism is slow, as it is for most people who hold on to weight, then you are not going to burn calories until you speed up your metabolism and you shift from fat storing to fat burning mode. Those are the changes that your body has to make. And once your body learns to do that, that gives you the permanent process to lose weight and keep the weight off. You exit. That is the exit ramp to the yo-yo diet cycle that people stay in. So if this is your first time joining me, I am Dr. Ellen Ettinger. I am a doctor, I'm an author, I am a frequent lecturer on health and wellness and weight loss topics. I am a functional medicine certified clinician. I am a weight loss expert, and I really love to teach people the healthy and natural ways to lose weight without all those dangerous and risky medications, without crazy, extreme starvation, deprivation, boot camp, crazy programs. You don't need those, and again, those are the typical programs that keep people on the roller coaster in the weight loss hamster wheel. I want to help people get the exit ramp out of the yo-yo diet cycle. I want you off and out of the cycle so that you can get permanent, successful results. And the way to do that is to jumpstart your metabolism and get your fat burning system to burn calories actively, vibrantly, fast, so that you lose weight rather than store it. So I would love to talk to you. There are 12 factors, and I mentioned this earlier, there are 12 factors that control metabolism. And you don't need to get all of them going. There are a subset of them that are important for each person. They may be different for different people. Again, because we need to deal with the unique profile that every person has that is causing them to hold weight, and to get all of those factors that are helpful, the subset out of the 12 factors, to get them moving for you so that you can shift from fat storing mode to fat burning mode, and you can shift from a slow metabolism to a fast, active, vibrant, healthy metabolism. Again, I specialize, my passion is healthy, reasonable, natural ways to lose weight and get permanent results. So if that sounds interesting and useful to you, I am happy to share with you what I think would be the individualized, personalized strategies for you. I'd be happy to meet with you in an appointment. I'll put my calendar in the comments section, and I'd be happy to go over those 12 factors with you and determine which are the ones that you need and how you can use them to move and shift from fat storing to fat burning, from slow metabolism to a fast, active, vibrant, healthy metabolism. Let's get this going for you. Let's get you permanent results. Let's get you loving when you look in the mirror and you see your new skinny body and the beautiful clothing you can put on it, and you can enjoy now taking pictures with your family and your community of people, your friends, your co-workers. You don't need to stand in the back anymore or hesitate with photos, because you're going to love how you look, you're going to love the clothes you wear, and you're going to love the permanent results that you can get. So let's get this going for you. I'd be happy to have a conversation for you. Let's talk soon. I'll be happy to talk to you personally to help create your customized program. And I'm always back here every Sunday at our regular time, if you're watching this in the Facebook group. If you are watching this in YouTube, make sure you subscribe so that you'll have access to all of my upcoming information. Let's talk again soon.